and there's traffic. So you're probably tuned in here. If you're not, and you are hearing us from the car that's next to you, it's Joy 99.7 FM. Tune in. We're talking tech because it's October, and October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And if you tuned in last week, you know that we were talking about tips on how to stay protected online, how people get hacked, how you're going to protect yourself from getting hacked, and yeah, a few things here and there that you should know that you probably knew or didn't know or were thinking about but didn't know that that's what it was about. Now, if you don't know about this show, it's a show that brings tech close to you, breaks it down, demystifies it, makes it simple so you can understand it. And how many people think that tech is so complicated? It's not. And I'm not saying it because I'm a geek. I'm saying it because it's not, really. It's like 1 + 1. See, somebody said 2. Because it's that easy. If I ask you, what is WhatsApp, you can tell me what WhatsApp is. So tech is not difficult. I didn't ask you to tell me the programming that goes into WhatsApp. You don't need to know that. The same way you don't need to know how ECG gets electricity to your house, but you enjoy it. Right? Anyway, I'm here with Winston. Hi, Winston.
Hello, Kobe.
Yes.
Hello, listeners.
This is a very bright green cap.
Yeah, it's my new signature cap.
But it has a Dubai written on it.
Yeah, considering that we've been...
Exactly. I was just about to ask, like, why are you supporting the ban?
Well, it is what it is.
It is, isn't it? So, if you don't have a radio, you can tune in on the ByJo Online app or the Adam Online app. We're also available on YouTube. We're available on Facebook. And if you missed any of our shows for the over 4 years we've been on air, wow.
It's been a long time.
This is where Abeku should cue in. He's now looking for it. Shame on you.
4 years. We'll say it again. It's been 4 years.
Yeah. That was far.
When is our birthday?
I will communicate. We need to celebrate it.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
we've been teaching tech. You know how difficult it is to come up with tech subjects every week? It's like some other shows do seasons.
Yeah.
And then they go for a break.
Yeah.
We're like here every Tuesday.
Yes.
If there's no football.
Yeah.
And we're here because MTN brings us here. The show is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, we're there with you. You know what I mean? Dial *138# to buy bundles that don't expire. *170# to use Momo to buy bundles and to do stuff. Because if you buy a bundle, you can stream us live and watch Winston's green cap.
Yes. It's quite interesting. It's great to see.
Yeah. We're the people that make radio visual.
Yes.
We try to let you see what we're talking about when it comes to bits and bytes. Now, without much ado, or further ado. Yeah, I heard you. We were talking last week about how people get hacked.
Yes.
And we started by people who give phones as gifts to people. Like, did you know that a phone could be hacked? When we say hacked, it could be bugged. Spyware, that is spy software installed on the phone. So whatever you do, the person can see before they give it to you. So if I was a very jealous boyfriend and I wanted to see everything my girlfriend was doing, and iPhone 14 Pro Max is out, and thanks to the current exchange rate, it's going for about 46,000 Ghana
Bro,
cedis.
I saw that and I was sweating.
Yeah, bro, it costs 46,000 cedis officially.
Mm-hmm.
If you're buying an iPhone 14 Pro Max 1 terabyte, it's about 46,000 Ghana cedis
From fairly official site channels.
Yeah, and then you're giving it to your significant other, and you want to know that your investment is protected, so you install some spyware on it as well as part of the package. So everything she's doing, she's making phone calls, who she's calling, she's taking pictures, you're seeing them. She goes out, the phone is letting you know real time the location of the phone. She receives messages. Someone got hacked like this, bugged, and was telling me, he knows even my Snapchat. I'm like, why? What do you think? Snapchat is ephemeral, so it doesn't stay on the phone. It comes to the phone first before it disappears.
Yes.
And, big man's getting a copy. He's protecting his investment.
Is he?
Well, now let me tell you how creepy it is. It's so creepy that even deleted stuff can still be had on the person's side. So in your mind, you've deleted these images or whatever it is that you've received or sent out, but the person will get it because it's logged and it's sent to them.
Yeah.
They have a keylogger that can capture every single keystroke. They have a voice recorder that can turn on the microphone on the phone whilst it's in your space. So your phone is like there, locked, full screen locked. Person just clicks record and everything happening around you,
Yeah, listening.
they can hear. And it doesn't end there. Like, you can record, the person can be looking at your screen in real time. So whilst you are typing on your phone screen, the person is watching your screen from their screen, seeing everything you're doing.
Probably pointing out the typos.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, look at you spelling, this is wrong. You know?
Yeah.
All this can be done. There's so many softwares out there right now that do these things. And it's not like they need a specialist to do these things. Anyone could just buy it online. Pay with a credit card, PayPal, whatever. Install it on the phone. Install it. It's not OS specific. iOS is vulnerable. Android is vulnerable. They do that and they put the phone back in there. If you are unlucky and the person is even more advanced, they can either root or jailbreak the phone, so they have even more access. So they can even power on your phone. You know, your mind, you say you've turned off your phone, person sends a command to turn on the phone. Like, you know, phones are not really off when they're off because now batteries are inbuilt. So yeah, we're not telling you to do it.
I mean, in our quest to let you know what the problem is, unfortunately, we have to tell you what the problem is.
Yeah,
and
in a lot of detail.
In a lot of detail, and so this goes to prove. So it's like you are getting this device as a gift, and normally, like we said last week, if it's a used phone, you should be cautious.
Yeah.
We are not saying you should be worried because, I mean, everybody has a certain level of trust in whomever it is. So if it's a gift, you should be cautious. You should, honestly, I like to tell people this knowing that they can't do it. Personally, I don't put a lot of private stuff on my phone or on all my devices. I don't develop an extreme attachment to them in the sense that my banking apps or stuff like that. Like, I don't do that much with my phone. So when I lost my phone in traffic, my Samsung, wink, wink. When I lost my phone, I wasn't that bothered because I was like, I don't have that extreme an attachment to it. However, we are going back to the spyware thing. It is true. It exists. There are people who, for whatever reasons, have malicious tendencies. So we need you to be aware of these things. Be careful when someone is gifting you a phone. I mean, the reason why these things happen is because, unfortunately, this is a tangent and I'm not going to explain. Maybe we'll have a whole show about it. The issue is that hardware security isn't as far ahead as we would like it to be. If hardware security was assured, we would not have a problem with software insecurities because your hardware is going to deal with that. Hardware is hardware. If there's no entry point into the hardware, it doesn't matter about the software. There's nothing that's going to break in. But software, like most white hat hackers, there's nothing that is foolproof. There's no software that's foolproof. So even your iPhone update your phone.
Yeah, because if you don't update your phone, it's susceptible to being jailbroken.
Yes.
And if it can be jailbroken, it can be bugged.
Yeah.
Same with Androids. If the phone is susceptible to being rooted, it could be bugged. And if your phone is already rooted, that makes it easier to remotely install applications.
Yeah. Another tip I give people is when you're going to repair your phone, be close to the repair.
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
extremely important. Don't drop it off and leave. You don't know what the person has in store for
A repairer got arrested recently for leaking someone's news on a phone that he was supposed to repair. So yeah, you can do on iPhones, you can have guided access, which means that you're just limiting the person's access to just one app.
Yeah.
So if you're giving your phone to even your friend, showing them something on the phone, you know, some people are just snoopy.
Don't swipe.
You get your phone and they are now going into everywhere in your phone. I was showing you a message. What are you doing in gallery?
I'll show you the traffic in town. Why are you in gallery?
What are you doing in my DMs? Like, yo, what's your business there? So every phone has those limitations that you can put on it. iPhone has guided access. Android has the locked app mode
Yeah.
where you can limit the people to only one app.
I mean, it has the extra step of when you open an app, you probably have to type in a password. But for your security sake, it is not a bad deal, if you ask me. I mean, we talked to people, and people were talking about passwords being a problem. We addressed that last week, and
remembering passwords.
Yeah, remembering passwords was an issue. People using their date of birth, and interesting enough, car number plates.
Yes,
as Momo pins.
Let's bring that back. If you're using your date of birth, your year of birth, or your car number as your Momo pin, please change it. We're reminding you. We said it last week. We're reminding you again. Change it.
Yeah.
Anything that's identifiable to you, change it. Your index number from secondary school.
I don't remember.
I remember my JSSBC index number.
You told me this and I was very surprised. I only remember what position I was, what exact number I was.
I don't remember that.
Like, I know in high school I was number 63 out of 64. And I know...
Personal identifiable information.
I don't remember the rest of the numbers.
Anyway, so yes, talking about the bugged phones, if someone gives you a phone... reset it, flash it if you know how to, or get someone who can help you flash it. Some of these softwares can prevent you from, they're even reset proof. So even if you do a hard reset, it's still there. So rewriting the OS, which is flashing, can wipe it clean. If you've already been using and you suspect that your phone is being bugged, there are a few ways I could tell. You know, like your data runs out faster than usual. You know how much data you consume,
which is very important.
Yes, because you know, for the person to be able to see what you're doing, you have to be transmitting.
You have to gift the person the information through your data.
Through your data. So if you notice that your data is running out a lot, and your phone is your battery is running out faster than usual because it's doing too much work, and the obvious, the person seems to know a lot, like too much. Like, who is this person? It's very easy to tell that someone's snooping on you the moment they become so confident in asking certain questions. You're right. So the moment you see those things, you have to then be suspicious. You can check to make sure that your phone hasn't been bugged. And people, it's illegal. You cannot infringe on someone's personal space data by just bugging a phone and giving it to them.
Even though you paid for it, it doesn't.
It doesn't give you that right. You can be arrested for it. The Cybersecurity Authority and the CID can prosecute you for that. So do not do this ever.
It's not worth it.
No, you can do for your kids under.
And now you don't need to go through that whole... I mean, there's parental
control apps that you can install.
That you have,
Speaking of, let's segue into that.
Yes.
No, let's not segue into that.
Because
we're doing cybersecurity. But that's cybersecurity for the kids, keeping them safe online. So I think let's segue into that. Yeah, let's go to that. Keeping kids safe online. I've had a lot of parents call me and wonder what they can do because they don't know. And the kids are already 10,000 steps. I won't even say 10,000 steps ahead of them. Your kid knows how to operate your phone better than you. How do you protect your kid from something that you're not even good at? It's like, how can you tell if someone doesn't know how to drive when you don't know how to drive? So listen, parents, when you're giving your children devices to use, be it a smartphone or a laptop
or a gaming console,
when you're setting it up, be there, read everything. It's important.
Those very few extra minutes, Charlie, it's very important.
Yes. Reason why we're saying this is because you have to set names, date of birth. Right? And these devices, smartphones, tablets, and consoles have been programmed that when you set the right date of birth and it detects that the person is under a certain age, they need guidance.
You know, it's very interesting. I remembered recently how back in the day, you couldn't even get an email account if you were not 18 plus.
We had to lie.
We had to lie about date of birth so often. And I was thinking about it and I just realized that, so the reason I thought about it is that I think I was doing something and the thing asked me for my date of birth. And I never really gave my real date of birth since back in the day. And then I thought about it. I was like, But I'm old enough now.
Yeah, you
Why-
know,
why
why
am
am
I
I still
doing
lying?
So I was going into the 80s. I was like, why am I
You know,
doing this?
I got wished a happy birthday by one site that I registered eons ago. And when I saw the year, I'm like, hey, I'm old though. That was so long ago. I can't even believe this was in the days of America Online, AOL,
Yeah.
and Napster, Bonesy Buddy. Like, that's how far back it was. So you can imagine how many tens of years I had to add to my age
Yeah.
back then. And my parents didn't know I was surfing the internet. So parents, listen, your kids know these stuff, and so you have to guide them. One such parents that I helped do this was Hammer, of the last two. And so we created an account for his kids with their correct date of birth and, you know, all that. And his account was the supervisor of those accounts.
Yes.
And he took away all their privileges. Now everything they have to do sends a permission request to him on the computer. So when they try to go to a website, he'll get a notification saying that child one wants to go to this.com. Approve. Then he will ask them, he'll call them, what are you going there to do? And they say that he says, okay, approve. Even when they want to play games, he has to approve. And he has control over how long they're on it. So he can remotely lock the computer. He can even check the logs to see everywhere they've been. All the apps they've watched. Guess what? One day these kids found out the supervisor password and they bypassed it. Like, you know, that's because, as we mentioned, parents like to use the same password for everything. So one day you'll be asking your child to do this, and then you will inadvertently have to give them the password. And knowing you and how forgetful you are,
they do that.
they know that has the same password.
One ring to rule
One
them
rule
all.
to- so they went to try it. It worked. I was like, oh yeah, Spiky, the boys be bad. They break the system. So yeah, don't give the same password to everything. But do these things.
The control even goes as far as game consoles, like the Xbox. You get a Microsoft account.
Yeah.
That activates that is there. If you bought the laptop brand, just do it. Because you get a Microsoft account, and then you can put all your dependents on that account, and then you become the supervisor. So what happens is that if your kids own an Xbox, you can literally tell the Xbox when to go off without even showing up. You can turn it off remotely. Be like, you put in that they only get to play from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. After which they have to prepare to go to bed or something like that, and it will do it. This is as much freedom as you get. Parents, we are telling you this because of the benefits of the security features.
Yeah.
Please do not abuse it. Do not abuse it, because let's be honest. The reason why many of us are interested in tech is because we got to explore.
But there should be a limit.
There should be a limit.
Yeah.
We had no limits. Some of us, we personally had our own limits. Personally. Some people probably do not have those limits. Yes, you can put limits, but do not be overbearing. I mean, knowing every website your child visits, I feel like it's great. It's a great start.
Yeah, knowing what they visit is good.
I mean, the 18-year restrictions, it makes sense. It's perfectly fine. So, but I think that each time they going to visit a website is a bit extreme, because that's me taking out time to read this notification whilst these kids are waiting to do something, and then be like, okay, yeah, you're fine.
You know, the reason why some parents will do that is because some kids can get overly adventurous, and I'm speaking from experience. Fair. Listen, if my parents knew half the things I did under 18, I'm sure they would have banned me from the computer for life. Yeah, I may have had good morals, and my head was screwed on right to prevent me from, you know, being messed up.
Yeah.
But that's just by a certain level of, a certain streak of luck that I turned out how I turned out, because knowing, bro, what is available now and what they can be exposed to, I would say they should keep a log. Yes, also, it would give them access to see where they've been, and it would also give you the opportunity to have conversations with them.
Yeah.
You know, so don't just limit it to, hey, I've stopped you. Let them know the why.
Yeah. And
that's very important.
It's really important, because now you know what your kids are interested in, and you can build a relationship around that. You
Hmm.
can have conversations. Oh, I saw you went to this website. Oh, this is, and then everybody can have that conversation. They even have your phones are also connected in that same way. Google comes, your all Android devices come with parental control
Yeah.
features. I think since Android 11, I
Yeah.
think all have parental controls built in. We will hopefully during the course of the week create a proper illustration of how to execute these things, but they are very important, and they are a nice way to understand your child, get better relationship with your
And to
child,
know
and
their
also
interests.
yeah, and then protect them too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it's a great deal. It's a win-win.
Yeah. It is a win-win. You can send us a WhatsApp message on 055 quadruple 1997 055 1111997. What's on your mind when it comes to cybersecurity? What have you experienced in recent times that's gotten you worried, thinking that, hey, have I been hacked? Or, hey, what am I not doing right? And also, you can call us 0302 216 541. We haven't opened the phone lines in a long while. Want to hear your voice? 0302 216 541. Send us a message. Let's get interactive. So, another thing is connecting to open Wi-Fi.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Winston just said it. Don't do it. But sometimes I've been in a position where I was out of the country and I needed to check, for instance, where I was going.
Yeah, fair.
And I wasn't roaming because roaming is expensive
Yeah.
and I'm not rich. So I had to connect to the airport Wi-Fi. But immediately I closed every single app that I knew had personal information or blocked them from accessing the internet. Because you don't know who is there with you
Yeah.
on that network.
And the thing we keep reiterating about hacks is that most hacks are widespread. I will say about 20% of hacks are targeted. 80% is just
throwing the net.
yeah, I just
wide
do
net.
whatever I catch. Then
Yeah.
later we'll sift through. Because I mean, there have been situations where I think we've mentioned this in the show before, where even the writing of your name in these notes, foolscap notebooks.
Yeah.
Shout out to Madam Patricia, the head of the data
protection
agency in Ghana. Yes, she absolutely does not think that is a great idea, and it's fair because if that book goes out, that's a whole pool of data.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in most hacks. They just
name, phone number, and signature. Ay.
And the time you came in, the time you
please,
came out.
Don't put your signature there. Or we'll just do some
Scribbles.
Don't do your actual signature. I don't know who's ever put their actual signature there, but if you do, don't do it. If you have to send us a message, let us boo you. So Winston, someone says I should ask you which version of your Samsung phone was stolen in traffic.
Now you see him.
Wait.
Yeah.
You didn't add your name. 1, 2. Are you going to help him get it back?
That's why I'm wondering, because I'm sorry, that's to be honest, right now I'm wondering, is this person considering buying me a phone? So if that's the case, it was a Fold 4. You understand? Yeah, but
Okay, so Stan said it was a Stan. So Winston said it was a Fold 4. That's if you want to buy him one. But if you found a Samsung somewhere that's missing that has Winston traits to, that one, it could be a Note 10.
yeah,
It could be. But if you want to buy him, it was a Fold 4.
Yeah. If you are buying me a new phone,
It was a Fold 4.
yeah, easy.
We are not lying, but we are not telling the truth either. So yeah, keep sending your messages 055 1111 997 055 quadruple 1997, and you can call 0302 216 541. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and so we're talking about staying safe online. And we've got a caller, Emmanuel from Satellite. That's on the Salmon Pokwasi Road, right? So you are plugged in like full satellite. Hi, Emmanuel.
Yeah, hi. Skype.
Yes, good evening.
Good.
Talk to me.
Oh, okay. I really love this program. Like, it has really enlightened me. But unfortunately, I lost my laptop to these people. And now, there any news I can track it using maybe the serial number, because I tried with using my email and it couldn't work.
Oh. So Emmanuel, unfortunately, did he say his laptop or his phone?
Yes, please.
Your laptop.
laptop.
If you don't put on tracking software on it before you lose it, it's rather unfortunate. You might not be able to get it again. Yeah. It was a yeah.
Alright.
So
God bless.
sorry.
I really love this program.
Yeah. So sorry. We've got Frank from Kumasi. Hi, Frank.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to find out about the hacking of the phone.
Right.
If you're experiencing that hitting a frequent usage of the data, is there a way that you can, or expert that can check the person who is spying on you?
Right. So yeah, you when you go into your settings, your cellular data usage, whatever app is taking all that data, it will be there.
Yeah.
Or if it's Wi-Fi, it's going to be there. Wi-Fi data usage or cellular data usage. You'll see the app that is taking the most data, and it's not going to be an app that you recognize.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's going to have either a generic name or something that you didn't install. When you try to find that actual app on your phone, you won't find it. Some of them mask that app.
Yeah.
It can be made to look like a calculator.
Mm-hmm.
If you see calculator
They
taking
take
like
5
gig of your data, like ask yourself, are you calculating world peace or calculating to solve world hunger? In that case, you know that there's something suspicious. There's no actual code that you can run to tell these things, but yeah,
Observation is the
the
friend.
best way to know
Yeah.
it. We've got Tom Brown from Medina. Hi, Tom Brown.
Hi,
Yes, you're making me hungry with your name. Talk to me.
Charlie. So I had an accident on Saturday, and then I lost my phone.
You had a...
Yeah, I had an accident.
Oh, sorry.
So I lost my phone. I've been trying to access Android system, but I don't have my number, and then an age which I do not remember. Is there any other way I can retrieve the Google account without necessarily getting first?
The line is very choppy. I was really struggling to hear you, but if I can try and make sense out of what you said, you lost your phone after you had an accident, but you can't remember the Google account.
I remember everything.
Okay.
They need me to give access before I can log in to another device.
Oh, right, the two-factor authentication.
Yes.
Right. Did you connect your phone number?
No, I haven't. Yes, I connected my phone number, but I haven't received the number.
Okay, so you need to get the number so that I can get a recovery code on that SIM card.
Okay.
Through an
That's an
SMS.
SMS,
Yeah, then you can get back into that account.
Okay.
Yes, so do that. Thank you for calling. So the phone lines are still open 0302-216-541-055-11-11-997 if you're going to send us a WhatsApp message. So if you don't want us to hear your nice voice, you can send us WhatsApp 055-111-997. In fact, save it. So anytime you want to send a WhatsApp message to Geek Squad on Joy FM at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays, just go there and then WhatsApp us. Sometimes just say hi. Just say hi. So good evening, Spikey. Is there an app that I can use to check my data if it was running quick? That's from Hayford at Bato. Is that an app? Yes, there is. There's Glasswire.
Yeah, but I think there's already the inbuilt
Yeah.
data checker. It's in your settings. I'm actually trying to go and see where it is on my current.
So, right now, the thing I love about settings is I searchable.
Yes.
So when you go to settings, use the magnifying glass and then check data usage. Just type it in there. See, I typed it and I have data usage under connections. And under data usage, I have seen that today, hey, Spike, you use data. Today alone, I've used 30 gigs of data on my phone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then you can see which apps. So under mobile data usage, you'll see which apps are consuming the data. So yes, tethering and portable hotspots for me, that's number one. That's where all the data went.
Chrome is mine. Chrome is the thing I use the most.
And then I have Instagram.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty and Google Play Store, then WhatsApp, then Chrome.
Yeah. So you can check these things on your phone. Most, like you said, just use the magnifying glass, type in
data usage,
and then you get a view of everything. If you don't recognize an app, it's not an app you installed yourself. Then, Charlie, you know that something is afoot. And there are certain times where you actively do use the app, but some of these apps come with ads and stuff like that, that could also bulk up the data usage. But if it should be reasonable, because typically the video players now, all of them have ads. You are watching a video, you pause an ad. It's quite annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but it shouldn't bulk it up to like 5 gig in a week. It doesn't compute. So think about your usage. Think about the app. Like Spikey said, if your calculator is telling you that I've used 3 gig, for what? What are you doing?
Or touch lights.
Yeah, like what are you doing? You shouldn't be using data.
Yeah. So someone's asking, hi guys, can you recommend an app that will capture the face of someone trying to open your phone while it's locked? That's HA from Hacho. Yeah, I think some of these app locks do that.
I've never tested one.
I don't use these app locks because I don't know the developers.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to be a guinea pig.
I mean, to be honest, if one of our sponsors, hopefully Samsung, wink wink, smile smile, give us a free smartphone to test these things on, we'll be more than willing to test.
Oh yeah, I can go and grab one.
Yeah,
shout out to Tracy.
Yeah, I mean, Samsung, wink wink, smile smile, lost phone,
So yeah, I think app lock does put let's have a security like that, that when you can set it in the settings that when someone tries to open, so app lock is an app that locks your apps, but this is Android only.
Yeah,
you don't have that feature for iOS because of the way iOS works.
It's already set up. Yeah,
iOS does not allow you to lock apps, independent apps.
Yeah,
but Android allows you to lock independent apps, and you can lock the apps, and if someone tries to open with the wrong password, boom, it'll take a picture of them.
Yeah.
Even some of the vaults, I know there's some apps that you can hide your content in there. When you hide it in there, in the settings, you can also set it to take a picture of someone who enters the password wrongly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I know. Good evening, Geek Squad. I sometimes wonder why parents will tell themselves born before computer. BBC. Please, how can one know what has been done to scammers when you report to Google? Papa C at Apiride. Well, the parents that tell themselves born before computer is factual. They were born before computer, but yes, it is in their best interest to be abreast with computer. So BAC.
Let me defend those parents. I feel like I'm old now. Do you know where I feel
can
that?
relate.
Do you know where I feel that? It's music. All of a sudden, I'm not interested in finding any new musician.
You like listening to the old stuff.
Gideon, who is he? Like
Gideon or what?
Yeah, exactly. You see, like I'm like, who is this guy?
Gideon.
who is this guy?
No, like, yeah, I totally relate. You know, I was telling you guys that today was the first time I listened to God Did, the song we played before the show started. Yeah. So yeah, we are growing old, but, and you know how I know I'm growing old? TikTok.
I can't be bothered.
Like, for someone who's very invested in tech, I haven't found myself acting TikToks because I really can't be bothered. I'm thinking about I have bills to pay. I can't going to be standing there and be dancing and then doing some things. Anyways, so yeah, that's probably why parents term themselves born before computer. But yes, parents need to catch up with the trends in the computing world. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have more
questions
for you and more questions. Yeah. We'll be right back. The show is Geek Squad on Joy FM, brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, star 138 hash to buy bundles that do not expire ever. And it's actually the fastest internet provider on your phone everywhere you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that actually worked.
You know what I mean? I'm too good. So yeah, Fifi Bunsen, my boss, says, interesting subjects for the less knowledgeable people and techie stuff. I'm taking notes, man. Thank you for listening, boss, man. Hi, Spiky. How will I disable an already installed app on my Android phone which keeps consuming my data by the phone manufacturer? Which phone may I know? Can you just tell us which phone and the model?
But typically, it's very difficult to delete apps that came with the smartphone. It's very, very, unless you flush it and run a totally different OS, you'd be hard pressed.
Some of them allow you, that's why I want to know which phone, because some phones will allow you to disable
them, yes,
so that it doesn't run.
Yeah.
So good evening to you guys. My WhatsApp was intruded by this fraudster, and as soon as I realized, I restarted my phone and used this two-step verification, and I want to find out if the fraudster can still have access to my WhatsApp. Sir Nichols from Darwenya.
So it's a very interesting thing. I've seen it happen to a friend of mine, Gani. It was very interesting.
It's a Gani.
Like, I saw the whole process and I was like, wow, you fell for this? But yeah, I'm sorry. But the thing is that if you have two-factor authentication, there's no way this person can get into your phone, because what happens is that they typically get access to your phone by tricking you to send them the code that they activated by installing WhatsApp with your number on the new device. So when you give them that code, they put it in. But when you put in that code and you have two-factor authentication, it will ask you to put in the two-factor authentication code you set up before it will initialize WhatsApp. So if that person doesn't have it,
they can't get in.
Which is why we advise use two-factor authentication.
And don't give anybody any code. And just like CK Bruce said today on MTN's cybersecurity conversation that I had with them today, don't be clicking links. Like, people are always clicking links. Somebody sends you something. We are giving away, Toyota is giving away 100 cars. Then you have clicked.
Sunny.
Like,
Charlie,
then
they send Emirates is giving
free tickets.
Oh, visa.
When you even go to the
you get visa.
when you even go to the site and you see the way the things are dancing over there, I'm like, wow, Emirates branding surely took a very, very deep nosedive.
I mean, we did talk about there are certain times where you could fall prey to this. That's where we encourage companies that it's your duty to buy multiple links that sound just like yours, so that people will not fall for this. But also, you as the user, pay attention.
You can't give us that much work. But
it's
too much work for me.
It's one of those things where they could make it. Let's say, for instance, hypothetically, this party is just a coincidence that their name came to my head. Let's say, for instance, Cowbank. Maybe it is CAL, but people don't pay attention. The human brain is made in such a way that to quicken our ability to understand things, we use shortcuts.
We glance over.
We just glance over stuff and we just assume. So pay attention to links because like we've always said in this show, these few extra seconds or minutes of due diligence will save you a lot of stress.
And also, for some people who, some businesses are actually avoiding doing putting links in their messaging so that you don't click them. So you're not used to seeing links from them. That way you know that, my bank or this business I do business with does not send links. They will never ask me to click a link. And listen to some of those communications. I know we tend to avoid, like MTN will send you a message saying that we'll never ask you to do this, They send that to you in an SMS and you don't read it. They're telling you what they will never do. Then somebody calls you and says, Pacho, me Frefi MTN head office. Then you hear Coco in the background.
I mean, to be fair, some of these companies,
I don't
know about MTN, but I know there are certain companies that even in the West, there's a third party customer care, but there's always a specific number.
That third party has Coco in the back.
Maybe they work from home.
Please, if you are working from home, don't put any Coco. If I hear go, I'll cut the call.
But then
if I can't dash me a free car, I'll cut the call.
But most of these telcos have a specific number they will call you.
Yeah.
It is in those text messages. I understand. They sometimes they text us too much. Are they bad? Sometimes. But sometimes, like we said, that extra few moments of due diligence just saves you a whole headache. It saves you that 200 Ghana that you mistakenly give away under the guise of returning someone's money or something like that.
MTN only call you with 0244 for 300,000.
And about these
only that number.
These mobile money fraud related things. If someone calls you that I send money, the very first thing you should tell the person is speak to MTN.
Yeah.
And they will
I'll
reverse.
cut the call, Seth.
Me,
I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Okay, so we've got a few minutes to go, so let me keep reading the messages. I was going to talk about some more stuff, but Spiky and guys, good stuff. I'm enjoying it as always. I recently had this issue when my data was running out more than Bolt, and I didn't take notice earlier until I lost over 20,000 gig. Hey, within 1 hour. 20,000? Okay.
Let's hypothetically say it's 20 gig.
20 gig, within 1 hour, and I didn't know how to stop it until I called MTN. That's Johnny iPhone.
It is also a thing that we recommend once in a while. If you do not understand where your data is going, sometimes your telco The
Yeah,
service
can help.
agent can tell you, give you a breakdown of what exactly your data is going into. I don't know if you want to hear.
Except
this.
if you're using a VPN.
Yes, exactly.
You
If
know,
you're
your
using
ISP knows exactly what your internet is doing. You know, so which is why those who want to mask the activity online use VPNs, virtual private networks.
You know what's funny about that? That I do in our ISP. Sometimes I just randomly do things, and I'm like, here, let me go here, let me go here. I'll be like, okay, maybe one day I'll decide to become a politician. Let me see if it will leak. I don't know. I've never thought about doing politics, but it always comes to my mind. I'm like, let me leave a few breadcrumbs and see who's going to bite.
Nana says you can also go to settings and go to battery performance. Yes, absolutely. So if you are not checking your data usage or Wi-Fi data usage, you can also check your battery performance to see which app is draining the battery. And sometimes some weird pop-ups, you know, something is popping up and then disappears.
Yeah.
Those matrix things on your phone.
It's also a thing that happens on certain smartphones where you are on the home screen and there's a pop-up. What's going on here? That means that there's something running in the background. You need to check.
And most of the phones now, newer phones running newer softwares, can tell when malicious software is running.
Yes.
So when my Samsung, for instance, I was using a certain file manager and it kept popping up asking me to uninstall that file manager. Like, bro, I love it. It says no, remove it. It is malicious. They nagged me till I removed it. So if your phone is nagging you to remove something, obey before complain. Just
really
ignore the thing they talk past you. So just adhere to that instruction.
And newer phones with newer Androids, update your phones. It's very important. They have the new feature where if your recorder is being used, it shows.
Your microphone is being used.
It pops up. If your camera is being used, it will show. Certain phones thankfully have LED lights that will show these things. I think it's red for recording on a Samsung and then green.
Orange for the camera and green for the microphone.
Exactly.
So if you see that dot at the top, the green dot, it means your microphone is active. If you see the orange dot, it means your camera is active.
If you didn't activate it, then you know that something is amiss.
So the phone that was it was a Phoenix Hot 11. That's the phone. So
I don't know much about this company, but I know there are certain companies where to make the phones affordable, they actually have to put in these ads baked into the phone. So unfortunately, I'm not sure, you are paying the extra price
by using
by the ad revenue. So they get the money from the ad revenue and they are able to slash. It was an issue Xiaomi had about 3 phones earlier where they were putting in ads baked into the phone and people were not happy about it and they had to change it.
So go into when you open your phone's settings and you go to the apps, you can, and if you know which app that is, you can go into the app management and see if you can disable it from that side. If not, you may need something more advanced. I think there's a tool that allows you to disable system applications. We will find that out and then let you know. And so final question before we run out of time, because my miss is here. When your phone lights up while on a call, how do you disable it, i.e. a green light? Is it a notification light or just let us know this? But it's probably a notification light. If it's a notification light, it will definitely be in the settings. Is it the one that's on top of the screen? And which phone?
Okay. So it seems you're almost out of time.
We're almost out of time. Last thing. Oh, green dots light at the top right corner. Oh, that's a notification light.
Yeah, and that's also to show that your microphone is.
It depends on which phone. If it's a new phone, yes. But if it's an old phone, it's just the regular notification lights like S8, S7, those levels. But
newer phones is to show you that your microphone is active to keep you aware that this is. So the safety feature we talked about, no matter even if you open Snapchat, it will pop up. It will show that your camera is active and ready to go.
And with those ones, you can't disable it.
Yes, it's a security feature.
And also, we mentioned getting phones as gifts and what to do. When you are giving the phone out as a gift,
wipe it.
You need to wipe it. You don't just delete things. We've said it time and time again. Deleting does not guarantee.
Especially if you are a person with a lot to lose, it is in your best interest to pay a professional to properly, if you don't want to go through the hassle of properly wiping it, there's paid proprietary software to absolutely wipe your device. If you need to
Yeah.
pay someone to get that done, you should do that.
Yeah, do that and let us know. We've got a last message. That's from Yasmin. So while I'm waiting for that message to load up, yeah. Also, put a privacy screen protector on your phone.
Yes, it's annoying sometimes, but it helps.
It helps. If someone is Yasmin is still getting this notification about WhatsApp's new policy.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. You shouldn't be getting it right now. So you need to confirm it's WhatsApp's new privacy policy. They just want you to know that they are making some changes.
That is if you are using a proper original WhatsApp.
Most likely.
Yeah, we hope it is. It looks like it.
It is. It is. The fake ones don't come with this. I know. And yeah, so we were saying put a privacy screen protector on your phone. It prevents people from peeking over your shoulder to look at what you're doing, and also being able to see your passwords while you're typing them. You know, very interesting thing. Huawei had a feature on their P50, P40, and P30, I think, where if it detected extra eyes looking at the screen and you're doing something sensitive, it will hide it.
Okay.
That was a very interesting feature. Dear smartphone manufacturers, you all should copy Huawei on that feature. It's for our own safety.
Yeah.
Right now, we can't because of Google things they don't have. But
And also for, like we said, hacks are widespread, so be very careful what apps you download.
yeah.
Just because you need that torchlight doesn't mean that you should just go and download it.
But every phone right now comes with a flashlight in your notification bar. Don't
maybe
download a
maybe I don't
torchlight.
like the way it comes. Maybe I want to do disco.
Don't
What's your
download.
problem?
No. Go and use the one that comes with the phone. So yes, we've come to the end of the show. We've got only 2 minutes left, but you probably learned a lot in this short while. We have a Telegram group. It's t.me/joygeeksquad. You can go join us there and ask all your questions. There's a bunch of geeks, like so many geeks out there. We're not the greatest geeks in the world here. You've got all of them there. You can ask them questions. They'll answer. We've got podcasts, for our show. Geek Squad. If you're using an iPhone, go to your Apple Podcast, search for Joy Geek Squad. Every single episode from when we started is there. Just search for the title, go take a listen. Subscribe so you can always get to hear us when you miss us. And also, if you want to watch us, yes, our nice faces, we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube as well. You can watch our old episodes. Once again, just type Joy Geek Squad, search for it in your search bar. Just Google us. It's that easy. Just Google us. What's that big of a deal? Shout outs to Prince, our producer, and Abeku Sankofi, and Crispy, who's been handling the streaming. Yeah. And to all of you who've been listening and sending messages and calling. My name is Kobe Spike Kroma. Thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. I will catch you, I don't know when, because of football. But yeah, just stay tuned wherever, and you